right, Chapter 7 and 8 study guide. So number 1, the probability of an event is 28 hundredths. Describe the likelihood. So 28 hundredths, we're going to turn that into a percent. So 0.28 times 100 gives us 28%. And remember, the likelihood is from 0% to 100%. And halfway is our 50%. And then we have our 25 and our 75. So this is impossible. This is certain. This is equally likely as not. I'm just going to write equal. This is likely. And then we have unlikely. So 28% is closest to unlikely, so our answer is unlikely. All right. Number 2, you randomly draw a marble from a bag, record its color, and then replace it. You draw a green marble 41 times out of 50 times. What is the experimental probability that the next marble will be green? Write your answer as a fraction, decimal, or percent. Asking for our experimental probability, and our experimental probability showed that we got 41 times out of 50 times. So 41 divided by 50 is 0.82, which is equal to 82%. And all of these, any one of those, can be your answer. So these are all answers. So you just need to pick one of those. All right. There are 5 yellow marbles and 6 blue marbles in a bag. You randomly choose one marble. What is the probability of choosing a yellow marble? So this time you haven't actually taken a marble out of a bag. You are just, using what we know. So we know that 5 plus 6, so 5 yellow plus 6 blue gives me 11 total in the bag. So I know it's going to be out of 11 marbles. And so what is the probability of choosing a yellow marble? Well, yellow is 5 times out of 11. So this is my theoretical probability, because theoretically there's 5 yellow, and if I was to draw 11 times, I would get 5 out of 11. This does say write it as a fraction in smallest form, so make sure that you pay attention to that on your test. I don't want you guys to miss points. All right, so use the table to predict the number of times you spin a 6. You spin a 6 on the spinner 100 times. So we spun a 6. So here's my 6. I spun a 6 9 times, but I don't know how many times I spun it out of. So we need to add all of those up. So we're going to do 8 plus 6 plus 11 plus 7, 9, 9. And that gives us 50. So I only spun it 50 times. And I spun a 6 9 times out of 50. So if I want to know out of 100 times, you can do this a few ways. You can cross multiply, which will give you 900 equals, put an x there, 50x, and then divide by 50 on both sides. And when you do that, you get 18 equals x. Or you can see that I had to go to get from 50 to 100, I multiply by 2. So to get from, that's an x, and multiply. To get from 8 to my new number, I have to multiply, or 9 to my new number, I have to multiply by 2, which then will give you 18. So there's 2 ways of doing it. There's actually a few more, but just know that you're doubling it. Make sure you do add these up to make sure that it actually equals 50. That's the biggest part. All right, so find the total number of possible outcomes when you select one color of wallpaper and one color of carpet. So for my wallpaper, I have two options. I have green or I have purple. And I have two options for each of those. I can do green walls with orange carpet or green walls with red carpet. And then, or I could do purple walls with orange carpet or purple walls with red carpet. I'm a little concerned about their taste, but you know, you do you. So that means that I have 1, 2, 3, 4 possible outcomes. You also could just do 2. There are 2 options here, and there are 2 options here. So 2 times 2 equals 4. Both of those are completely fine. All right, so you roll a 6-sided number cube, and you flip a coin. What is the probability of rolling a number less than 2 and flipping a tails? So write it as a fraction in simplest form. So on a 6-sided number cube, obviously, I have 6 possible outcomes, and our possible outcomes go on the bottom. And then a number less than 2, well, on a number cube, less than 2, that just gives me a 1. Because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, and the only number less than 2 is a 1. So I have one option. Times, on a coin, I have 2 sides to a coin, and only one side I either have heads or I have tails, and I want to flip a tail, so it's 1 out of 2 options. So I'm going to multiply straight across, and I get 1 times 1 is 1, 6 times 2 is 12. So 112 is the answer. You choose 2 different movies on a list. Out of 10 movies on the list, 6 are action films. The first movie you choose is an action film. What's the probability that the second movie is also an action film? And you're going to write this as a fraction. So I'm going to draw this out because I think it's easier to see. So I have 10 movies and 6 are action. So I'm going to put A for actions, or action movie. And then the rest are just movies. I don't know what those types are. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if I choose an action film, we now can't pick that film. We're not going to watch it 2 times in a row. So how many action films do I have left? I have 5 action films out of how many movies now do I have left? I can't pick my other film, so when I take one away, I had 10, now I have 9. So it's 5 out of 9 movies are action films. So when I watch one, that now takes away from my total possible outcomes. All right, to wrap a gift, you choose from 6 kinds of wrapping paper, 6 kinds of wrapping paper, 3 gift bags, 4 colors of ribbon, 2 bows, and 5 stickers. You choose either style of wrapping paper or a gift bag. Then you choose one of each of the remaining items. Find the total number of ways that you can wrap the gift. So first I have to decide wrapping paper or gift bag. So I'm going to put wrapping paper as one option or gift bag is another option. So if I choose the wrapping paper, I have 6 kinds of wrapping paper, and then I have to pick a ribbon, which is times 4, a bow, which is times 2, and a sticker, which I have 5 options for those. And I multiply those together, so 6 times 4 times 2 times 5, I get 240 options there. If I choose a gift bag, I have 3 options for a gift bag. I still have to pick a ribbon, which is out of 4. I still have to pick a bow, which is out of 2. And I still have to pick a sticker, which is out of 5. So 3 times 4 times 2 times 2 times 5, which is 120. And then I add these. So I get 360 options to wrap my gift. Number 9, you flip a coin. You spin the spinner, and then you flip the coin again. What is the probability of flipping heads? Spinning a number that's even, and then flipping heads again. So if I flip heads, I have one side of the coin as heads out of 2 sides, times spinning an even number, I have 2 or 4 on this spinner, so I have 2 options out of 5. And then flipping heads again, I have 1 option out of 2. And so I'm going to multiply those straight across. So 2 times 1 times 2 is 2. 2 times 5 is 10, times 2 is 20. I'm going to simplify that down to 1/10. But you'll notice I need it as a percent. So 1 divided by 10 is 0.10, which is 10%. So my answer is 2%. All right, so you want to estimate the number of students in your school who support extra funding for History Club. You survey every 9th student who enters the school. Since you're surveying every 9th student, that's random. You're not only asking people in History Club or in a history class, so this is unbiased. All right, so you and your group of friends want to know how many students prefer rap music. So there are 440 students in the school. Each person in the group randomly surveys 20 students, and then here's the table. So you are going to find the estimated number of students in the school who prefer rap music. So we're only looking at this column here. So we had 5 out of 20 students preferred rap, and then we multiply that by 440 students in the school, just like we did in our notes. So 5 divided by 20, and then times 440. So we would think that 110 people in the school prefer rap, and we're going to do this for each one. I'm actually going to make this go super quick so that way you don't have to see all of it. So give me 1 sec. So pause the video if you need to see the work, but you can see that for you get 110, friend A is 66, B is 44, C is 110, D is 88. To find the median, we put them in order from least to greatest and find the middle, so that was 88. And then our range is big minus small, and that was 66. All right, so now we want to find the mean number of sick days that students take during the school year. And so first, I'm going to find the mean of each individual set. So give me 1 second. So you can see that I added up all of my sections A, B, C, D, and E, and I got 27, 30, 24, 44, and 25. In each of my groups, I have 10 numbers. So I divide by 10 because the average is to add them all up, and then divide by the number of numbers. So 27 divided by 10 is 2.7, 30 divided by 10 is 3, 24 divided by 10 is 2.4, 44 divided by 10 is 4.4, 25 divided by 10 is 25 divided by 10 is 2.5. So then you have to find the average of all of those numbers. So 27 or 2.7 plus 3 plus 2.4 plus 4.4 plus 5 or 2.5 equals 15. And then you divide that by 5 because there are 5 groups. And since there are 5 groups, we divide by 5 and we get 3. This will be a whole number on your test. It won't give you a decimal. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. I would love to help. We can also set up a Zoom conference to chat about some of these as well.